There we go. Okay, really just have to get the game up and running real fast. And then we will be good to begin. Okay. And we did just have a patch, although literally nothing in the patch, to my knowledge, is going to affect Miku in any way, shape, or form. So we can safely just literally ignore it. There we go. Yeah, I don't think yeah, it was one tiny little fix for content that we won't get to for a long ass time. Okay. Right, okay, so we left off, we just got Scholar. And let's see, we were going to do Dragoon, I believe. Which means we have to go to Gridania. As always, we're going to start simple with doing our job quests until we're caught up. And then we are going to continue to do the MSQ. I don't really have a whole lot else planned for the night. This is the Archers Guild. Why did I go to the Archers Guild? Am I dumb? Let's go to the actual guild I want to go to. There we go. As always, though, it's just going to be like a mainly story-focused stream. We have a lot of content to get through before we can get to the next dungeon. And we don't even have an optional one to pad it out currently. Like, we could, I don't know, run Halatali again. That's all we got, though. The next optional dungeon isn't until level 35, so... Ah, Miku, ever a sight for sore eyes. By your return, I take it you're ready for the final trial. Very well, let us... Guildmaster Yuane! Oh gee, I wonder who it is who could be interrupting this. You are wounded. What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a Duskright Lancer as we trained in the forest. Oh, boy. Color me surprised. I couldn't have predicted that. He was impossibly strong. A demon. He kept screaming something about teaching us courage. No, not him. Not Folkwes. We were in the northwest corner of the Central Shroud when it happened. I was able to get away, but the others, you must help the others. Be strong, man. I'm sorry, Miku. The trial must wait. Pray, make haste to the Central Shroud and help your comrades. And Miku, should Folkwes force your hand, do what must be done. 12 speed on your way. What gate is that? The White Wolf Gate? We can probably just teleport to that. directly. We can't. Swear to God, there's a quest that makes it so we can teleport to that. Am I going insane? I want to say it's in, like, this area. Hold on. Broadening horizons, becoming a carpenter. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Unfortunately, we still have to walk to the White Wolf Gate, so doesn't exactly save us time, but might as well open it. I find it so odd that this is, like, persisted. That this random little, like, one-step quest still exists. This is an area you can just walk to. Please, give me the silver. Oh, right. Okay, so this is one of the first gates in the game that'll require us to talk to someone every time we want to pass through it. I don't think there's any of those in, like, later expansions. I know there's some in, like, Heavensward, and I think there's one in Stormblood. He won't make it. Goodbye, Toadstool. Help, for the love of the 12, help me. Well, this isn't what I was expecting to find. Orquest looks a bit different. Guys aren't up, thank God. Alright, cue the edgy man to come attack me. Or not? I owe you my life, friend. Another breath and I would have become worm fodder. You had plenty of HP. A Duskrite Lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look on in his eye when he said it, mad bastard. Where is he now? I think he headed off towards the North Shroud? Maybe in the direction of the Falgrad float. Can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the Scalekin at the time. If it's a reckoning you seek, you're like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms will have already alerted the whalers. I dare say the Duskrite is being held at Spear Point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. I'm sure. I'm sure. He's definitely not going to be my problem in 2 minutes when we arrive. Definitely not. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing that'll attack us on the way. I'm not actually super familiar with this area. I don't know how much MSQ even takes place here in Falgrad Float. I don't think it's very much. Oh, god damn it. Len, help me. Yeah, get him, Len. He attacked once. What kept you? Helping your comrades, you say. I didn't say anything, actually. Fool, you waste your pity on false friends. I did not know the man who I helped. I also did not tell you that I helped him. It's only a matter of time before they betray you. Just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania, and a man of the Lancers Guild, yet life was not easy. For the want of the coin to obtain the barest necessities, I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone from within the ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was the Duskrite, everyone said. Was there ever any doubt? It all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some hapless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lairs of ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear that I might face the unbridled fury of their kin. For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I'm the greatest lancer that's ever lived. Okay, sure, buddy. Greatest lancer that's ever lived, by the way. He still has the old moveset. Okay, I don't think that's... Yeah, that's definitely not in the actual moveset. Why does he get backup? He gets, like, a lot of it, too. Very telling that the greatest lancer that's ever lived requires, 3 backup soldiers. Actually, you know what? That makes perfect sense now that I mention it. We also need 3 backup soldiers to do much of anything, so... Do those ever go away? I thought there were 2 over there, so maybe they do? Yeah, whatever, he's dead. Very weird that they spawned 3 ads exactly and didn't have an explanation for them. They were just here. Impossible. But my courage is absolute. Oh. No, come no closer. Okay, goodbye. And he's dead. Oh, and that's just the end of the quest. He fell off the cliff and died? Okay, sure. It's been a long time since I've done these, actually. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I've only done the Lancer quests on one of my characters, and I did not pay attention to them. So Folquez is no more. His was a tragic tale, and one that might have been so different had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand. He could well have commanded a place of honor within these halls, but it avails us not to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us, Miku. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to see. You have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a Lancer in your own right now. There is not more I can teach you. From here onwards, it's up to you to seek out such challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength. But just as I once knew for a certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so too you will find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. God, you have no idea. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need fear. Keep close to your heart in the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. Yeah, I'll take that. If I remember right, Lance Charge is a buff over time, right? Yep, 20 seconds of increased damage. Pretty solid. It's, Alright, here we go. There was a reason that I wanted to do these quests. Separate from us using Lancer or Dragoon for anything in particular. And that was these quests. I think a cooler element of the game is shown here if you do these quests early. So we will start with these. In terms of, like, job quests we're actually going to be paying attention to. I dare say you might just be the right woman for the job. The guild is urgent need of a capable Lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional Dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor the obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we're dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description save adventurers. Okay, this is like a completely unrelated tangent real fast, but I swear to fucking God. Okay, I like having my window open. It's nice. I enjoy fresh air. And I swear to God, 100% of the time, there is a train outside. There is never a moment where I'm listening to what the night sounds like without there being a fucking train. There's one right now. I've heard trains pass at 1 a.m. Holy shit. I don't, like, I swear to God, it wasn't like this, like, even a couple months ago. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Anyways, moving on. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know is that it will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon your arrival. Hello, Jay. You have pizza? I almost had pizza for dinner, and then I decided, no. A knight by the name, yeah, okay. Okay, so this is definitely an area we have not been to yet. How do we get there, though? Ah! So, to anyone who has, you know, seen a chunk of the rest of the game, anything past A Realm Reborn, but hasn't actually seen the Dragoon quests, you're in for a very, shocking surprise. Don't target me. Okay. Okay, so they want me to go here? Fucked up, I'd have to pass so much, like, deadly shit to get to the Aetheryte. This is like a level 40 area. It's kind of hilarious that they want me to come here. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in this recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Verdanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logdanril might have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I'd prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from that man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go, speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. Oh. Okay. He's just over here. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives, and that's a question you don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elozin as Ishgard, it was no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do no worse than to visit Florentil's spire on the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Okay, well, before we go to the North Shroud, we're actually going to the Aetheryte. So, yeah, this is Estinian's introduction into the game. Estinian is a major player in Heavensward. And I'm not talking like, oh, you know, they're like pretty important. I'm talking like most of the expansion revolves around him. It is insane to me that they were like, let's just pull that guy from the Dragoon quests. Let's use him. The quest line even differs a little bit depending on whether or not you've done this quest. Or these quests, I guess. I think you have to have finished them by the time you start Heavensward for the differences to show up. Okay. Now it should be considerably easier to get back here. Oh. Gee, I wonder if that spire they were talking about is anywhere nearby. Couldn't be. Oh, fuck off. Any of you? Okay. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Karthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort. And such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest you return to Logadanrol. Daniel. And see if he has any other theories. Awesome. I love that they made me come here. Literally like a filler step. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought that was a hunt target for a second. It was not. That thing was still 4 levels higher than us, but... I forget if we actually get to see Estinian in this quest. I know we get to see him in the quest line. I just don't know if he shows up in the level 30 quest. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it's nigh impossible that a fugitive can make it this far without being espied from Florentel's Spire. Jesus, these names. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climbs of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I'd begin my search there. You didn't think to mention that first? You didn't think, like, oh, yeah, let's, maybe you should go check out the cave that someone is very clearly living in nearby. No? Oh, hey, there's Ixal up here. I mean, I guess this is pretty close to where they live. This is the Ixal field dungeon right here. It's the most simplistic of all of them. But man, back in the day, it was very annoying. I'm killing it for EXP. Oh, that was it. I had to kill one of them. Ah, there he is. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. We're not that broke. We're just kind of broke. The eye, it rouses for another. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again, you can be sure of it. Okay, goodbye, Estinian. See you next quest. Was that, okay, that was for the Maelstrom Hunting Log. We should probably fill this out sooner rather than later. That way we can, advance ourselves in our Grand Company. No, this quest took less time than I thought. We'll take some time to do that, I think. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury that the eye would choose another, I had not thought that possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which bestows upon a single chosen soul the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of a power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania. On equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land, that man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Miku, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon that lies yet in slumber. However, you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Miku. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by the force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. I'm the main character, that's why. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon, and conceivably prevail, save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but of what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragoon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. I thought he would never stop talking. The entirety of that conversation can be summed up with, you gotta fight a Stydian, here's a rock. Okay, let's... do this. And grab jump. Okay, Dragoon is fundamentally the same as Lancer, but we have a button that makes us jump now. I know. Hold your applause. This is groundbreaking stuff. Other jobs get stuff like job gauges, you know? Scholar doesn't have theirs yet. They'll get it soon. Yeah, no, that's it. That's the whole class. Dragoon is fundamentally unchanged. It gets a job gauge, I want to say at like level 70. Either 60 or 70, really deep into its quest line. Okay, let's spend a little bit kind of just hunting stuff in the hunting log, and we'll hit the main story by 10-ish. So we have to go to the East Shroud. We have to take out Sylvan Groans. Me too. Oh, hey, this is actually where we have to go for our MSQ. Hold on. Is there anything that tells me where it is? So they're in the Bramble Patch? Awesome. Yep, that narrows it down. You know, they're just in the entire north half of this area. Oh. These are gonna be for Dragoon, aren't they? I mean, might as well get them. We're near them. Yes, they are for Dragoon. Why am I getting attacked by a boring weevil? That's weird. Hold on, those enemies are level 20. Right? Yeah, they shouldn't have been able to target me without me attacking them first. If you're 10 levels above an enemy, then it can't target you. For like random aggro. Are they like over here? No. Oh, you know, we can show off another neat thing up here. This building right here. This is... We can't actually go into it, but we can get close. I believe this, if I'm not mistaken, is the wedding chapel. Oh, hey, they've got the, all of the 12 up there. That's neat. I think this one is Miku's. Anyways, you can register to have your characters get married. There's like a wedding service thing that you can attend, where like 2 characters get married and everyone gets put into an instance for a period of time. There's like some special cutscenes for it or something like that. I think it goes without saying that we're never going to do it. So it's like, hold on. I think I have to go. Yeah, I have to go back here. It's not something that we're ever gonna see directly. Yeah, no, you can't just go into it. That's the problem. Are you gonna, like, come over here, or... No? I don't want to piss off your friends. I don't know how many of these I have to kill. 3? I have to kill 3 of these? Okay. Get him, Len! If you're wondering, there's not a whole lot of gameplay benefits to getting married. I think the only gameplay benefit available is a ring that you can use to instantly teleport to your partner. That's, I think, it. Oh, Len's gone. We don't have any guys with rings. Okay. Well. Yeah, there's nothing over there for us. Okay, we have to go to Upper Lenosha now. Oh yeah, the ring plays a special animation. I should mention that. It plays an animation that, like, I think it, like, has some hearts when you teleport or something like that. I've seen it once, ever. Someone used it, like, next to me at an aetheryte, and I went, what the fuck was that? And I had to look it up, and sure enough, it was the rings teleporting animation. Hold on. Where in Camp Bronze Lake is this? Oakwood. Of course it's across the lake. You know, I mentioned that I literally, like, never go to, what is that place? Fallgourd Float? South Shroud? One of the Shroud areas. I mentioned that I literally never go over there. Oh my god, it's all the way down south. This is a map that I find myself in way too fucking often. I am sick of it. Get me out of this place. I do not want to be at Camp Bronze Lake anymore. All of the Scholar quests start and end here, I'm pretty sure. Even up through, like, level 70 when they end. There's 2 dungeons locked here. Maybe 3. There's a bunch of MSQ stuff here. The Summoner quests take you to the other end of this area. Or the Arcanist quests, rather. The fucking loud crab is back. Thank God we're not going to be standing here talking to anybody. So they're probably going to be up here, if I had to guess. Yes. So we have a little bit of a rotation now, which is an optimal way for us to be dealing damage. It's not, like, super special. Basically, the gist of it is, we want to use jump every time it's off cooldown, and then when Lance charge, or we especially want to use it when Lance charge is up, and generally we want to life surge on the 3rd hit of full thrust. So when we're starting an encounter, we're gonna go 1, and then disembowel, and then 1, 2, probably pop Lance charge somewhere in there. So 1, disembowel, maybe Lance charge, 1, 2, life surge 3, and then jump is just an off global cooldown. We can use it anytime. Building this kind of understanding of a class is really important to playing it later on. At the beginning, it doesn't really matter very much. Knowing how to do rotations tends to melt everything you're looking at in the early game. Case in point. Okay, and Southern Thanalan, Amalja Bruiser in Broken Water. Okay, where is Broken Water? Please do not tell me it's to the north. God damn it. Okay, well, I'm not walking through this map. And then we have, what, one more after that? We do. It's going to be North Shroud. Why did we only have to kill one of that Exil? Ah, there you are. All right, come here. Their seer friend is dissociated. All right, and off to North Shroud, Alder Springs. Not 100% sure where that is. To the south-ish? Can't really tell. Oh, we're gonna have to walk past so much bullshit. Hmm. Yeah, okay. None down here. In this area, maybe? I doubt it. I actually have no clue where these dudes are. Does this count as Alder Springs? I don't know. Well, this is where Vorquez died. Ow. Okay, it's gotta be, like, either here or here. I can't see it being in any other location. This is Alder Springs. Okay. Wait a minute. No, this is where we need to... There he is! Don't touch me, don't touch me. Okay. Nice evasion up. Alright, there we go. So now we can just return to Limsa. And we can see if we can advance at all in our Grand Company. Up no longer Maelstrom. I don't know what quest that is. Apply for a promotion. Have to donate some seals. Alright. Apply for a promotion. Seals. Apply for a promotion. 4,000 seals. Awesome. We cannot afford to upgrade anymore. What is this? I actually don't know what this is. A pup no longer Maelstrom. What does this do? What the fuck? This is... Well, we're going to do it real fast. We're not going to read any of the text, but we're going to do it. Just because getting this out of the way lets us, do other things. So, let's see. To get there, we need to go to the Morabi Dry Docks. We will not be doing what this quest unlocks, but having it unlocked lets us do other things with that NPC later that I am planning on doing. Let's see. Down this way, it looks like? Huh. This is where access to Hullbreaker Isle is. A dungeon that is level 50 that we can't even begin to think about doing. Skiff is bound for the Wolves' Den. Yep. Okay. So, this is PvP. I fucking hate this game's PvP. I think it's awful. Maybe that's controversial for me to say, but I think it's fucking terrible and I never want to do it ever, so we are not going to do it. Thank you for your understanding. I'll put up with it on my main because it's a really good source of EXP. And it'll get you a mount if you do it enough. But otherwise, no, I never ever want to do this ever. Literally, you cannot force me at gunpoint to try PvP on Miku, so we are not doing it. Okay. Looks like it's 10, so we're gonna start the MSQ portion of the stream. Fair warning. We are pretty far from the next piece of instanced content. Oh my god, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 quests. We are on a simple gift. I highly doubt we're getting through 25 quests in 2 hours, but you know, we gotta try. These things aren't gonna attack me this time, right? Okay, good. Gift from Walking One Bus Karen, a gift for these ones. I've already forgotten the context in which I've been handed this. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Bus Karen and Adventuring One are so very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception, but this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Yeah, that's all terrible. You know, I think we're gonna accept some MSQ EXP on Scholar for a bit. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there they are. Ah, there you are, Miku. We've just been hearing tell of your deeds and of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled to Todorok. Would that this one had not, in Todorok, a sinister one, robed in black, tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. Me too, I also hate walking ones. A sinister one, robed in black, why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Oh yeah, I just met La Hebrea, it's fine. Elder Phrixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees. So, walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of the Leven but once, yet that single occurrence, that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one knows and respects the Horned One, Kani Senna. Hold on, what? I'm sorry, does Connie Senna have... I've always thought those are feathers. You're telling me those things are fucking horns? How have I literally never noticed the actual horns growing out of her head? I've always just assumed that's all just part of her, like, weird headdress thing going on. Those are horns. She's wearing horns. Or she has horns growing out of her head. I've literally never noticed. I'm actually shocked. Holy shit. I noticed that the other Sennas have horns. You do see them in some of the other quest lines. They don't pop up super often, but they do pop up often enough to be notable. Let's see. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but it was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how, so this one fled to little solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of by way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold. A timely reminder of the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Phrixia, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that they are conveyed to Horned One, Connie Senna. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Elder Sylph's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we would be sure to mention this instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Phrixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Phrixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, walking one, Miku. This one has yet to give walking one a token of one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon walking one as a symbol of these one's trust. Okay, so, like, maybe this is just me having not paid attention to the first half of ARR in, oh god, probably over 5 years at this point. No, longer than that. Probably since, like, 2018 was the last time I actually paid attention to this stuff. I still don't know what those are for. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within, Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking... Oh my god. Need, like, water or something. If Walking One witness Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to the Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. Okay, so we're getting sucked into a side mission for these guys. We don't have our, hold on. We're missing quite a few things. General... Hold on. Limit break we will need to have available to us, just in general. Mount roulette, obviously. I don't think there's anything else we need to have on our hotbar right now. You know, for the most part, it's not going to be a problem until past level 50. If we don't have limit break set, honestly, it won't be a problem for a long time unless we get really bad groups. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Wait, to where? Back to Gridania. Okay. You know, I haven't really talked about what the LBs do. For the most part, they kind of do what you'd expect. Melee DPS, using, the limit break deal more damage depending on... It's a single target attack that deals more damage depending on, how many bars you have filled. If it isn't Miku, how went the meeting with the Sylphs? Paper. Mr. from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may, so the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seeds here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will. We may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Okay, good night, Jay. Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier being the benevolent soul that she is. My lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Infelia. Hello? Hello, Miku. Can you hear me? I'm Infelia. Ida and Papa Limo returned some while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet at the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would appraise you of the present situation in person. Pray return. Anyways, as I was saying, so melee is like a single target attack that deals a bunch of damage. Caster is a multi-target move that deals less damage than melee. And it is a circle, like, AoE on the ground. Ranged DPS, such as Bard and Archer and Machinist and whatnot, they deal a straight line of damage. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, welcome back, Miku. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. They do a straight line. I'm not sure how it stacks up damage-wise. I know it's worse than melee. Melee is the best limit break in the game. I'm not sure about where Ranger sits. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. Well, hello, Alfino. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied the Lord of the Eleven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough, Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alisaie quite well? I feel as if I've scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alisaie has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Miku. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelves Wood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. And with that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minions' call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time, bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague our land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So, then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal, who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many mobs to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have waited for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage and guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You've earned it. But not us. We have 25 fetch quests to do. Is there something else, Miku? Am I telling her about the rock? Beg pardon? A man named La Habrea sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12's Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ossians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Tataru? I don't remember this cutscene. Oh. Yes, hello. A sylph in Vanaland? At long last, this one finds walking one Miku. Me too, kid, me too. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia. Unconventional new scion. So they just wanted me to go back in here immediately after? Okay. No, I see. Now, from what I understand, they've cut down these quests that we're about to head into a little bit, but the fact that there's still 25 of them concerns me. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Oh my god. Not all of us are forged from the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Miku, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ossians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Oh my god, was that was 33 more Aetheryte tickets. Thank you, Minphilia. 66 more prey returns. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Miku. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ossian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ossians, only that that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks in the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with the Flame Commander, Swift, at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Miku. Easy enough. What quest is this? Shadow of Darkness? Yeah, okay. We're almost done with the 24 quests. Next dungeon is level 28. A bit of an odd one, the next dungeon, but we'll get to why when we get there. You. The Masked Man? You come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minphilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanaland. Brassblade, stationed at Highbridge, described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. If you could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihi Baru. The fellow is always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or mind to spend it. Awesome. Yep. Famously, my favorite Aetheryte to teleport to. Camp Drybone? Mm-hmm. We're going to be coming to this map so fucking much. Y'all have no idea. For a map that is, like, basically scientifically engineered to be as annoying to get out of as possible, they make you go here, like 50 fucking times. God damn, it is real wet. Sir, oh. We don't have it yet. Okay. I imagine it's going to be level 30 and above, which means there's not a whole lot we can actually do about it. Oh. We do have a better shirt. That's good. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihi Baru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, maybe happy you'll learn a thing or two, eh? He's gonna make us do busy work. When the Order of Naldthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn to a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastmen raids, folks are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin, help a struggling merchant. Masked man? Bah, I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. I'm sorry, you sold everything you owned and moved here? Okay. On the trail of a masked man, I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. That's about all I can say, little though it is. It's like, I don't understand. I sold everything I owned, and then I moved into the middle of nowhere and opened a convenience store. Why am I bankrupt? Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Keycurrent raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. You know, interesting thing about the Keycurrent, they are the only ARR beast tribe that basically have nothing. I don't believe they have any tribal quests, and they don't have a primal either. We're not really sure what's up with them, even to this day. I've heard tell of the Masked Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Yeah, we just, we don't know anything about the Keycurrent. It's kind of unfortunate. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Keycurn raids are so constant, so organized, that we're beginning to suspect someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise I'll keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. Really? Where? Just now? I was out for an evening stroll. When? 2 seconds ago? Minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself over there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Keycurn appeared soon after, and a group began talking at length. I'm afraid it was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If I were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you may be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? Should some sound reliable information, or that's some sound reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? They have definitely cut some quests out there. Definitely. There's no way they haven't. He talked about, like, oh yeah, all the lingering about I've been doing when I talked to 3 people. I don't think that's a lot of lingering about. See, ARR-isms really do shine through sometimes, but, they've been slowly but surely cutting back on the number of fetch quests in it that are literally only there to pad the game. Because, you know, when it launched, they didn't want the game to be, like, really, really short. And they really did not have a lot of time for this. Like, I can't stress that enough. ARR was developed in, like, maybe 2 years. Hello? Am I missing? Ah. I think it was about 2 years-ish. I don't have AOS. Help me. There was only a zombie here. Is there a reason that Brassblade decided he needed to walk over that rock? I swear, at some point, a lot of the ARR NPC pathfinding broke. And I'm not sure when. We had that solo duty where Thubirgeim just walked, like, through a fucking fence. Like, jittered over it. I've seen a number of, those guys, those random, like battle assistance NPCs just, like, glitch through objects. Something broke those, and I'm not sure what it was. Back so soon, were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? The scroll! It bears a prayer to Rhalgr the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guill that your assailant was Alamigan. Seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? No, I'd rather move on, actually. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery, so it stands to reason that you, if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, that settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she will be, but just so happens that I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira. It wouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by where I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped you would linger here a while, call some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Holy shit. I might do, like, a roulette at some point. Just to give myself a break from the really cutscene-heavy stuff so far tonight. You. Why, yes, He borrows my father. He said, what? Wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be bothering you with my family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I'd recommend you first speak with Gundobald. He's the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. And we're done! Okay. On T for 3. Okay, we're getting there. We're certainly getting there. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gisilbert, head of security here at Alamigo. Gesundheit. I heard that you had business with Gundobald, knowing the bristly old bear. I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar. But I have been on the lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take each of them a cup of sweet Thanalan tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. What does this item look like? Okay, I'm just delivering open cups to them through the desert. Makes sense. Who the hell are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here. Well, ain't ye considerate. My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees like as not. Me compatriots, as live here, go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. My brain wants to say these sentences properly, but those are not the sentences they're saying. You there, are you in a Malja? No, carry on. Am I in a Malja? Okay. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. Have some tea. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's literally fast. I'm wasting 100 gil. It's literally faster to teleport. There you are. Ah, so you're back. So, did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust. That won't be an easy task. Oh, give me the spectacles. So, you're determined to press on with your investigation, and I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coined as the talking in Ul'dah, but Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible. Common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start asking them. For a return to the Waking Sands. Now, the quests are going by a little bit faster than I thought they would. Maybe we'll make it to Manor tonight. Manor is where I'm going to cut it off. For sure. At least the MSQ. We can level, Gladiator? Yeah, Gladiator. We can level Gladiator in the meantime. If we end up with a couple, like, extra minutes. What is this on? Foot in the door? This is foot in the door. How close are we now? 16 quests. We've made it through 9 of them. Welcome back, Miku. How far is the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamegan refugees seem to have lost faith in their fellow man. They've had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades, they've had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to erase their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. Stormblood! Sorry, what was that? Nasty cough tonight. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. We'll take that one. I'll go through Miku's gear and toss out whatever we don't need soon enough. I literally don't remember which one this one is. Your Alamegan comrade is named Halle Berry? Bad joke. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards the endeavor, I have no doubt he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Halle Berry is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. I'm just going to keep calling him that. If I can notice even a remote connection between a slightly difficult to pronounce name and a current celebrity, I'm probably going to take it. I don't know. Is Halle Berry still famous? I'm out of the loop on everyone. Yeah, like everyone. If it isn't Hatsune Miku. You look like Duke Nukem. The Scion's rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? Why, yes, Duke, there is. You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That's a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries any weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda. She's a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her and she won't lead you astray. So many of these are like 2 steps. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. I spoke with Duke Nukem, and his name was Halle Berry. Halle Berry sent you? Grr, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean, I just... Ugh. I recognize... Oh god, Hari Bear? I think that's how you say it? Was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man. If he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. See that bloke there? That's Mefred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Well, we don't need that. I think at all, to be honest. I am Mefred, a proud man of the Alamican Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's me, Galleon, sir. His wounds are gone and festered. He's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Gods damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. Galleon dies, but his blood is on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventure, go to her and try. I'm a healer. You could just let me do it. Or not. One of Mefred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's not I can do. I want to help, truly, I do. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it would be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen. Though I wouldn't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Alamegans. You are possessed of kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, the eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they can have a place. Judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it shall be. Oh, we're just reporting to him. It's like, yeah, we asked the elementals. They said no. That's how it to be, then. The buddy here might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. We'll switch back to Dragoon and, you know, absorb some more levels on that once we hit 35 on Scholar. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out. I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Okay. You know what? We're not queuing for anything. I'll take the higher DPS. It occurred to me, we need to, there we go. Healers and casters use the same gear up until level 50, by the way, at which point they stop. That one's dead. Oh. No, I don't want to fight the goblins. No, I don't want to fight the goblins, actually. I love you. Don't attack me. Huh. Kinda surprised the quest didn't end after this step. Ah, you're back. Tell me you got 4 horns with you. There you go. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralger. There's at least one woman in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buskaren, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. Said he never turns away folk who need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him, have them ground down. When he's done, bring the powder back and give them to Faramud here. Godspeed. Alright, off to Buskarens again. You know, something I think we can spend a little bit of time talking about right here is this game is getting a, I can't believe I'm saying this, mobile phone port? It's less of a port and more like of a complete rebuild of the fucking thing. It's fixing a number of like weird spaghetti code issues that the original game has, along with streamlining a lot of mechanics and processes. It hasn't launched here in the US yet. We're kind of just waiting for that. Ah, Miku, over the sight for sore eyes. How fares adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You got something to show me? Says nothing, just drops 4 horns on the table. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarry Mill. So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a great deal more than you owe me, I reckon. I don't know a whole lot about the mobile port yet. I haven't seen any gameplay. From what I understand, the game is at a point where, I think it goes up to 2.0. It's missing a couple of optional dungeons. Um, Ones that we have not gotten to yet, but I believe it is missing Wanderer's Palace. Ormvale? Is it missing Ormvale? It's missing a couple of them. Here you go. Take this. God bless you, adventurer. I see that Galleon receives word or treatment at once. Hopefully, this will allow the captain to rest easier. It's been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done great. I guess. Oh my God, you've done us a great kindness, friend. Wow, all of these are. Apparently, I already have those, so I'll take this one. Yes, I have exactly those. Gonna put those on Dragoon real fast. Adventurer, Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. Shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's likely to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albrita. Okay. Did you see a wounded man walking past here? Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Glory Mill some time ago, and he left me the sealed letter before he went off. Maybe swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear the burden any longer. That's why I must leave you all. Don't worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. I'm sorry. You saw him leave and you didn't tell Mefred anything? He's in shouting distance. Just be like, hey Mefred, your fucking dude is dying and walking out into the woods, and then Mefred could be like, oh, stop that. Stop him. What? Out in the wilds alone, that fool, that great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Galleon may or may not be a bit dumb. Why did you wander near the highest level enemies on this map? But watch out, a goblin! Oh, right. I need one of these. Captain, but why? You should be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember that oath we swore? God damn it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. Can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. We'll see you back at Quarry Mill. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Bees. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. Cooperation with people of Little Alamigo, that's all. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who do not know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. What quest does this come highly recommended? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more quests. We'll see if we make it to Manor tonight. Maybe not. Why have you returned? You're not welcome here. I thought that I made that clear. I actually am welcome here now. This guy said so. You spoke with Mefred. It's been so long since I last heard from him. I feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Mefred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Mefred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and I'll tell you what I can. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts. But they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Gundobald sent you. Listen. I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? Can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. Another one over here? Okay. Masked man, no idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Yeah, okay. Now, I remember the right half of this mountain being, like, stupid complicated. Like, I think of this place and I get lost, like, internally. Because there's an upper layer here, which appears to have, nothing for this quest. Cool. And then there's a lower layer, and they just don't really differentiate between them on the map. Nope, can't say I have. We'll sure to tell any friends that you're looking for him. It's been a bunch of skulking about, right suspicious-like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble. Mark me words. Um... 10 quests left. Not sure if we really will make it or not. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whenever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Not would do, but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we'd been dancing into the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Huh. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilrid. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. Wilrid. That name is really familiar. I think I know. Oh, cool. You can't get out of the north end here. What the fuck? You can get that thing as a mount? I've literally never seen that mount before in my life. I know what boss that is. That's a raid boss from Shadowbringers, but I didn't know you could get the whole raid boss as a mount. Please don't look at me, please. Ah, god damn it. Both of them. Are you two done? Have they not exited your range yet? There we go. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider. Yeah, okay, I recognize this guy. I think he shows up later in the MSQ. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear, so I wanted to meet you to discuss something in private. Tells me. What are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you? Or someone else? Coral got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her! I have a book for a fucking street fight. Okay. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us. Beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. Okay. Sure. Sure you will. Attacked by Wilrid and his cronies. They would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Oh. I think that's actually worse than what we have right now, right? It is objectively worse than the current equipment we're wearing. Oh, partially because this is a level 31 chest piece. Okay, we're gonna take the velveteen shirt. Wilrid mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundabald, I... Who the fuck? Bertiliana? Gods preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. Tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilrid, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertiliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. I'm sorry, by the Corpse Brigade, is she talking about the literal zombies south of here? She got abducted by zombies and all they did was make fun of her? Actually, that completely checks out for Final Fantasy XIV zombies, and I am not kidding. You, the viewer, if you do not know what I'm talking about, you might think I'm kidding. I'm not. These zombies, I think the only quest lines they're ever important to are, like, the joke ones. Knife. Those animals did to Bertiliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilrid to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Lizards? Did she get abducted by the Amalja and not killed? Huh? How the fuck did she manage that? I have a lot of questions for this girl. It's above. It's above me. Ah, there he is. Talk to you first. This plan succeeds while the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundabal's content to eke out a mere existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven hells did I put the bloody map? Where indeed? Almighty Ralger, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Okay, don't really have any additional things to talk about just yet. Gone, the whole lot of them, and it's as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands, but what exactly is it they mean to do? What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zan Rock. Wait, you said Wilrid spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness. Young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Okay, I'm not walking through the fucking fun house on the other end of this to try to find the exit. I'm just walking around. How close are we? This is Big Trouble in Little Alamigo. There it is. 8 quests. Okay. A level sync. Okay. I think that it is syncing us down by, like, actually 2 levels, maybe 1. Wilrid, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We're going to reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of the crystals to Ralger to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zan Rock and make off with the Lizardmen's cash, but they caught us and... So many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. Hello, Amalja. I regret our young ones' transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alabegan people. You can tell we're going on hour 3 here. I think it's really telling that I did like a replay of ARR not too long ago. I want to say like a couple years ago. I didn't pay attention to any of the cutscenes, obviously. It was just to get a character through it, mainly. I don't remember any of these solo duties. Not even a little bit. Yep, the Amalja are attacking me. Uh-huh. Why am I getting attacked by a person? Oh, he's tempered. Wilrid, please do not stand in AoE. Oh, okay. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilrid? Do you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The Masterman told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralger. He swore. Enough. I will hear the rest of this sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Migu will wish to hear it as well. Don't make me strike down Ralger. Wilrid. Oh, we are teleporting. We are teleporting. No more lies, Wilrid. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared. The masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralger, about using crystals, and then he just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from his squalor that I never stopped to question his motives, but I should have known. There is no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilrid. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. Wilrid, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that... My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have been much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Stop giving me potions. They aren't useful. That we had more information to offer, but what Wilbred told you is the extent of our knowledge on the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about Great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Pray return. Back to square one. This stretch of the MSQ is pretty infamous. It loses people very often because, as you can see, nothing is happening. They're introducing a lot of concepts that they nudge nudge wink wink might follow up on later. So you're responsible for learning about things like the Alamegans and the Beast Tribes and the Beast Tribes primals, and you're getting very little in the way of engaging gameplay opportunity. Welcome back, Miku. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill in Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning an impressionable young minds, you say? Precisely the kind of deception Ossians would employ. While many of the ills that the land can be, or that ail the land can be attributed to the calamities, some are being brought about by malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing. Okay. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived, courtesy of our friends, the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Miku. Ah, there they are. God, it always shocks me that Arenvald is back here. This guy is, like, important leader. This guy comes up, and they just had him sitting back here this whole time. It's insane. Oh, Duke Nukem's still back here. You can buy things? Oh. I'll take an Orchestrion roll. Walking one is to investigate Sinister One, then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrad had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Medrad. Digging One is to be found at Fallgard Float in the North Shroud. Digging One, a kobold? In the Shroud? That doesn't sound right. Okay, it's got to be like a miner of some kind. Even if there was a kobold here, it's a miner. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Ah. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true. But that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again, but I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow. A winged creature that was that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating this same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Madrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. Okay. Oh. Shouldn't smoke indoors, Ideen. So here's what I know about the deaths. Why is my name flickering? There's not like a... What? Huh? It's like consistently in that spot too. Can I get my name to like disappear visibly anywhere else? Or anywhere more consistently? No? Oh? Something right here is hiding my name. What is it? Nothing? There's gotta be like the remnant of like an old object sitting here. That's okay. Here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. Somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures, and we'll see if we can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Just 3 random ones? Okay. Are they up here? They're up here. Is there a third one nearby? No? They're below. Or they're not? Where? And dead. I don't think we'll make it to Manor tonight. We'll... I still want to do the Gladiator quest we have lined up, because I haven't done that one yet. Been a couple streams. I've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures are our culprits? Nothing, truth be told, even if there were proof. I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike the Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Two quests. Something else I heard about the deaths, it appears that all victims have been comely maidens. Better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor going around. Seems, there's some whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. Despair's investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't need to come with doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments. I'll give them a gander. Something you should know, I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen. Let's see, I cannot say whether it was a coincidence. My sighting took place precisely at the same time as Madrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in gaze with a giant eyeball. Let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here. In case you had a mind to investigate. That one's the rock. Don't look at me. I mean it. Fucking... They're doing it on purpose. I know. They're doing it on purpose. They have to be. They wait until I say it, and then they charge me. Okay, and then we have to go up. For the rock one. I knew it. What is happening over here? There's like a fate happening. I don't want a golem fragment. Here, take this from me. The rock is below us? I didn't know this had a hitbox. Okay. Well, you're down here, Stone Golem. What do you plan on doing now? Oh. Invigorating gameplay. Rock of Rancor. Okay, so we only have 3 quests left. Maybe we'll make it. My dog is barking. I'm gonna yell at her real fast. She's still barking. I couldn't get her to stop. She's gonna be doing that for a while. Okay. Monster's Bane might appear and you slew it. The creature, yep, okay. And you take these rocks. I don't think any of your text matters. Garden variety crystals. A bit hard to tell beneath that dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and the moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. It looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Yeah, okay. Thanks, you two. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Luckily for you, it has been 10 minutes. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it bothers, or as much as it does me. I'd been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a bane mite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here to run in with the bane mite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? Okay, yes, I found a bane mite there. Things move, guys. We all understand this? Things move? Okay. There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... God, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious, but then that means... Since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as of yet undiscovered. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown, lest you have forgotten. It was at the rocky arena to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Hey. Do I still have that fucking... I do. What do you mean could not be discarded? Is that bait still going? It better not be. Oh, wrong way. Down I go. Come on. There we go. Ah, hello. So you're telling me we picked up this body and are just walking it to the police station? Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any. Sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. It's the very same object that was found upon another victim. Family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dared to hope that this will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. One secret of the White Lily. Okay, it is the next quest, so we will not be entering the dungeon tonight. We will just be unlocking it and probably calling it. Good evening to you, Miku, by your grim expression. I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving's quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. What did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way by asking around. You do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? Well, it's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. I am not... Great company. Thank you. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the White Lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. There's a soul in Gridania who does. It would be... Oh my god. Sayingulid over at the Lancers Guild, the woman who makes a point of knowing all citizens on a four-name basis. I don't know who that is. Okay, it's someone standing out front. Bernadette believes I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. What do you require of me? Have you seen this button? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there's been a man who's perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandal, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. No, we have to walk? Awesome. If I were designing Gridania, I would have put an Aethernet shard right here. Literally right here. Granted, that's no closer, but that would give Summoner Main somewhere to teleport to. And also, it's right next to the achievement vendor. Like, it's just a nice place to have access to. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. Have you seen this button before? The sigil of the Dartancours family? Okay. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dark Tancours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed with a heart befitting that radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. Okay. I know that means weird. I'm just saying it feels odd to say it out loud. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed they would help her regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Haukke Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved to never speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore you would. She awaits you at Haukke Manor, on the west edge of Central Shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Let's go unlock that, and then I'll call it for the evening. I don't want to go after 12. Not tonight, anyways. I've got too many things to do in the morning. Oh, this is far away. We'll begin next stream with some, okay, it is above us. With some, job quests, or I guess class quests, for Gladiator. Okay, there's level 30 enemies around here. Please don't see me. Okay. We'll just do a handful of those next time. I can't promise I'll have time to, like, power level that class. It'll take a while to do that. But I can try. Okay, I get why they put him here, but seeing him standing here in a literal demon-filled courtyard is really funny. Okay, with that, I'm gonna call it. We're gonna travel to Ul'dah, and we'll stay at the inn there for the evening, because that's where our class quests are going to start next time, so we'll just do that. I'll even log out as Gladiator, so I remember that that's what we're doing next week. Okay. Vampire. Switch over to Gladiator. All right. Hold on. Let me make sure everything looks good. There we go. Okay. Good night, Miku. See you next week. Is she not wearing pants in this glam? Or I guess in this gear set? Anyways, that's all I've got. I'm not doing a long post stream tonight. I'm tired. Thank you guys so much for watching. Very fun, as usual. Not a whole lot of action this time. So much fucking reading, but, you know, it's fine. Next time, it's going to be considerably more action-oriented. We get probably 2 dungeons next time. I don't know if we're getting to the thing after that, but we're probably getting 2 dungeons, which will be cool. Otherwise, that's all I've got. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, have a great night, everybody.